Hello once again everyone, Original Blood Ace back here again, and yes, I am once again talking about Microsoft. Now, apparently, the Xbox One is going to be getting a boost that boosts the console's GPU power. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail about all the system schematics and all its statistics and all that crap because it's boring. No one gives a shit. But some people are claiming this is great. This will finally mean the Xbox One will match up with the PS4. Yada yada yada. No. It might assist. It might make a slight, small difference. A slight improvement. Maybe. Maybe they can go from 792p all the way up to 900p and copy the PS4. Maybe. Or, not copy, that's a bad word to use there. Match the PS4. But this is not a great thing. For a very simple reason. To get extra power out of a system, and especially this early on, since it's come out, that means they have to squeeze the system to ooze out more power, and not like with, where you're talking with, for example, the Wii U, when we say, oh, developers need time to get the best out of the system. That's by taking their time to actually learn the system. But with what they're doing here with Microsoft and the Xbox One, is they're literally squeezing, well, not, figuratively, they're squeezing the Xbox One's power, the GPU, to get more power out, and the term is overclocking the GPU. Basically, they're bypassing the limit that they set on it originally when it launched, making it so, yeah, you'll get a little bit more power, but when you test a product, you reach a certain point where you're like, okay, it gets to this point and we're safe, but if we go any further past it, there's going to be problems. Whether it's overheating, whether if it's the red ring of death from the Xbox 360 and whatnot, there are serious issues if you push the system past its point that the technology in the system is supposed to go to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Optimized, to be optimal for its running conditions. You don't push technology past what it's supposed to go without going to the next, upgraded piece of technology. Because if they do this, yeah, you might be able to squeeze out a little bit more power than Microsoft originally intended. And if the Xbox One was selling a hell of a lot better, if it was beating the Wii U even, then I don't think they would have done this. But apparently that's what all the Xbox want, is all the power, yeah. But this is not a great thing. Yes, your games might get up to 900p. Congrats. Guess what? By overclocking a system, it strains the GPU, or whatever piece it is. You're straining the system. And the Xbox One already had problems with it before. Nothing, what's the word? No red ring of death situations from before, but there was definitely some issues from before, and you don't need to be adding another one. Because overclocking the GPU, you know what that's going to do? It's going to shorten the lifespan of your console. People will be like, yes, we got that extra bit of graphics, we're at 900p, congrats. You'll have an Xbox One, 2 years later it'll die. And you have to ship it away to get fixed or buy a new one. Overclocking a system is not good for long term. Not good at all. So congrats, you'll get your little bit better graphics, because that's so important to you guys, but when your system dies in a few years, are you really going to be that excited? Is the trade-off worth it? Better graphics for half the time to play the games? I don't think so. So, I gotta say, this right here is the deal breaker for 100% guaranteed for me, that now there's no doubt I'm going to get a PS4 at some point. Unfortunately, it's just for Destiny only this year, because Batman got delayed, but there's no reason in hell I'd get an Xbox One now. I mean, this is just another little... They seem like they'd started to correct themselves, but why would I spend $400 on a system that's been pushed past its limit when it's this brand new, just to freaking get its lifespan shortened? It's like I'm paying $400 for a console that'll have for, 2.5 years. It's not a smart move. Not a smart move at all. Now, if they had done this later on, whoops, my screen went dark. If they had done this later on in the Xbox One's lifespan, 2.5 years later, with a new model where they could have actually, made a new batch of consoles, a second batch that had, a year or two newer technology in it that could run it better and it could actually get, better resolution and graphics and all that crap, then they wouldn't need to overclock it. But honestly, no, you don't need to do this. You're squeezing something that is mediocre at best to try and get something great. That's like trying to make lemon juice, or what do you call it? Yeah, it's like trying to squeeze a lemon in your hand to get the juice out of it when it's a moldy lemon, or when it's starting to go bad. You'll get juice, but is it really that worth it? Not really. Anyway, that's all I needed to talk about, really. So if you're thinking of getting an Xbox One, all I ask is just put this into consideration, that the console's GPU will be strained. I'm not saying it's going to die in 2 days, because it's not. It's going to take a while to wear down the system, but just know that overclocking a system, whether it's the GPU or whether it's any part, it puts stress on the console or the piece of equipment, and it's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. So I'm Original Blood Ace. Stay tuned. More videos coming soon, as always. See you then.
I'm the cult of personality, the cult of personality, the cult of personality.